Hey, Swavey family. Welcome to episode 28 of our Swavey podcast. My name is Marlena.
What's up, guys? I'm Jeezz.
And today we have Gary here, who is the owner and founder of A&G Styles, which is his clothing brand. So we're going to chop it up with him, talk about his brand, what was his reason for getting into it, what's his why, what's his purpose, where he sees himself going, and then what he sees for the future of the brand. And then he'll talk about some of the challenges that he's faced. And then we'll talk about some things that we have going on for the month of December, some new merchandise that we're waiting to drop, and then how our Black Friday went. So episode 28, stay locked in. Here we go. So we met you at the Hill & Company Black Friday vendor event.
Yep.
A&G Styles is your clothing brand.
Yep.
I know we spoke about this off camera, but just for our viewers, what is the meaning behind it and how did that come about for you?
So, 2020 was kind of a good year, but a bad year because obviously COVID and stuff happened. But we also, me and my fiance found out that we were expecting for the first time. So once you find out that you're about to be a parent, your whole mindset just changes. Like, as soon as I found out I was about to be a dad, the first thing was, what can I leave, my child behind when I'm gone?
For my kids.
Yeah, so, like, I've never, ever thought about getting into the clothing brand game, but I've been watching different clothing brands just on YouTube, just getting game and knowledge. So I just said, let me just go and try it myself. So, A&G Style stands for my girl's name, my son's name, and my name. So, they're Artasia and Amari, and then I'm Gary. So that's where the A&G comes from.
Gotcha.
But the brand means so much more. So it means positive affirmations that help motivate you to be a better version of yourself throughout your life. So it can stand for achieving greatness, always grinding, aspiring to be great, amazing grace, whatever helps motivate you to be a better version of yourself, that's what it can stand for.
That's dope. So you would have like shirts, so like achieving greatness, for instance, you would have that on a shirt?
No, so this is our logo right here.
Gotcha.
Giving people a little game here, but a little sneak peek. But we actually have some new merchandise coming out.
Oh, okay, nice.
We're relaunching it. Like, we're actually going to have like this on the front, and then on the back is going to have different A&G quotes on the back.
Yeah.
So,
well, you heard it here first.
I'm giving y'all exclusive stuff right now.
we rebranded so many times. Went from the beginning logos from the yellow on pink to recustomizing our logos. To where we we're putting a wave on our logos, just like this year. We kind of like every couple of months we're like, all right, how we going? This is obviously the Swavey is our original logo, but we've been having different ways on how we wanted to kind of brand it, without it saying Swavey.
Right.
Which is kind of cool because I didn't know you had it in yellow.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, obviously.
I had a yellow one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we rebrand like what? Couple times a year.
Heck yeah, we're not even done yet.
Just to give people a different variety. I mean, there's probably so many people that have bought Swavey and supported Swavey that can say, oh, I like this logo over that, or I like that logo over this, but we just like being able to have a variety and to keep growing with, our designs, being creative, and we can always go back to, a previous logo.
And the phrase has been working, like, we started with the My Skin Swavey, it's good to be me today. And then obviously I'm not antisocial, I'm selectively social. And that just kind of like came about, so which I think that's cool with like brands, as you evolve, like you just think about new, cooler stuff to, come about it. But you also want to have that logo out there that everybody knows. You can't keep flip-flopping around, but like just having that logo that is there, so you see it, you know what it means.
I mean, like when you see Nike, like, you see the check mark.
You know it's Nike. All the time.
So like when he created the wave, like there in the word Swavey is the word wave.
Right.
So like what better way than a wave being our logo? So when you see the wave, Swavey.
Yeah. No, that's true. Like we've tried the different logo thing before. Like we have this one, and then we have a circle logo.
I tried the circle before.
So we had, but I don't know. People gravitate towards the circle a lot. When we first started the brand, we had both on the website, and I was real honed in on the circle one. My fiance liked this one better, and it's crazy. Throughout our time being, we actually flip flop. Like now, I don't even like the circle logo.
Oh really?
Yeah, I love this one. I feel like this one stands out a lot more.
Yeah,
but I will say for like when we do our sweatsuits and things like that, the circle does look better on that.
Right, on pants and stuff.
But I think just for just a regular this is our logo for our brand. This one's the better one.
And then when we had Swavey, I was just like, how can I want people to see Swavey and but like it's Swavey without having our name on it.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, I was like, okay, Nike has Nike. But then they also have a check mark. I was like, so maybe I could come up with something that kind of like mean the same thing. I've still been kind of like playing around with like, because I love the original Swavey, but I also really like the logo.
Right.
But everybody knows the Swavey versus Swavey. They don't know what the logo means because we didn't market that until like this year?
Yeah, this year, the way.
Yeah.
So I know with, what we do with our clothing brand, like just some of the struggles that we face, like what were some of we didn't get a lot of help in the beginning. Like we had to learn a lot of this on our own.
Yeah.
So what help? I know you said you watched a lot of YouTube and got some of the game from that, but what were some of the challenges you faced and how did you overcome that? Like was there someone that you were able to reach out to and ask for help, or was it again just like I learned everything off YouTube like everybody else does?
Yeah, just basically learn everything off of YouTube. It was basically just a trial by fire. Like you gotta just jump in and just go for it.
Yeah.
I would probably say the biggest challenges that we really had was just knowing how much product to just like initially get started with.
Swear.
When we very very first started, you guys know about like print on demand. You ever heard of that? Print on demand.
A different version, I think.
So my website's through Shopify. Shopify has different apps, right, that you can plug into your website, and one of them is a print on demand company called Printify, and so basically you would upload your logo on there. They already have their shirts, they already have the hoodies, they have all that stuff. So anything that they're doing, they'll drop your logo on the shirt. So like I don't have to hold no inventory. I don't have to hold in the Bella Canvas or Next Level shirt. I would get the order and they would make it, they'll ship it out. So that's where we kind of started. But what I realized was the quality was terrible. And the biggest challenge was like when we first started, we was getting orders. You get that little hype in the beginning. We got 50 orders in the first 2-3 days, something like that, and they were all just terrible. Like the white, so we just did the black and white shirt and the white and black shirt. The white screen print they did was terrible. It was more of a gray. It had spots in it. Like it was bad. So we had to just transition to just making everything ourselves. So I had to go out, buy a heat press, buy a little Cricut. I already had my MacBook, I had to get the software, and now I'm downstairs making every shirt because I was so quality controlling because of that beginning.
Well, I mean, you expect your customers to what you want to wear, something that is to your standard.
Right.
So when you have your customers that are ordering and they're not getting items that are to your standard, it's like, okay, now I gotta stop. Now we're just gonna make it ourselves.
Yep.
But we started out that way.
Yeah, what you were saying earlier, because it was weird, because we had a different way. Like, we started out with wigs, and I heard everybody was jumping into Shopify. I was like, dang, I wish I would have jumped into Shopify first, because they had these certain waves where, like, they could put a middleman where you just have the product online and they order it, and I don't have to hold anything, because we were ordering, a ridiculous amount of sizes that we weren't even using, so we were
kind of just like estimating, like, okay, like maybe we'll order like 3 smalls and 4 mediums and 3 extra larges.
You did it that way, and we kind of like lucked out because we've done everything ourselves since the very beginning, and I wanted to skip that route and go to Shopify and just be able to have that middleman to put out our, dish out our stuff.
Right.
But I think people will like it that you do it yourself too.
You get that sense of like you feel a part of it. You know what I mean? Like it's different from when someone just sends you the shirt. Like I actually put my blood, sweat, and tears into this. I went downstairs. I actually cut it. I put it together and I sent it to you. Like this is like a real. Yeah. This brand means something. It's more. I feel like when someone else does it for you.
More personal.
Yeah, exactly. It's more personal. 100%. You know what I mean?
I mean, he spent this leads into my next question, but I don't do the printing. I've messed up too many times in the past where I just don't do it. So that's what he does. Like, he does the printing, and I'm the one, like, all right, packaging up the orders, making sure printing out the labels and stuff like that, which I like it. I like doing my computer, like, behind the scenes, like, inventory. I like the organization part of it. It works for me. And he, you know, is better. But, like, he spent hours when, you know, when these dropped, making them. Yeah. Specifically for, you know, the vendor event and everything. Yeah. So do you and your fiance, like, do you have certain things that you do and then she handles the rest? Or, like, do you guys, like, do a good mixture of, you know, everything?
It's kind of both.
Okay.
In a sense. If we're overwhelmed, so, like, we do also do, like, custom sweatsuits for people. We'll allow them to order whatever color sweatsuit, then they can do the logo. So if we get, like, a plethora, a whole bunch of orders, you know, she'll come down there, help me bang it out, things like that. But for the most part, it's me down there, things like that. She likes to she likes to be behind the scenes too.
Same.
Yeah. Shout out to her though, because she doesn't like being on the camera, so it's all good. So.
No, neither do I just, you know, I gotta suck it up. But I like that too, just being able to be behind the scenes and, you know, he has, you know, I don't have to tell him what to do. Like, he knows how to do the pressing thing and vice versa. He doesn't have to tell me what to do. Like, we kind of just, we know our roles, we stick to it, and, you know, that's what we do.
Are you creating your own logos? Or, like, you getting, like, logos sent to you and then pressing them?
So, this is the only logo that I had someone do for us. I have a whole bunch of different logos and designs just stashed that I've just been doing, even from, like, the beginning. Okay. Like, I got logos from 2020 in my computer that I haven't even put out yet.
All right. Now, did you... So, the other thing, we got... Not a cricket, but we got a
silhouette.
Silhouette. So it's like the same thing. Yeah. But our thing is, so like, cause we got a lot of logos sent to us, but I come up with logos all the time. And I would rather just be able to print them out. Like, so this been sitting for like months. And we have not like even gotten to like the point where like, you know what? I'm going to print this logo out and I'm just able to use it. Yeah. You know, but I know some guys that are able to use it, so like, use the cricket like, it's nothing. Right. And but
maybe we're just slow.
So my question to you is like that right there. You weeded that out?
No, I didn't.
How you guys ordered these? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't send it. I feel like this would have been hard.
It would.
It would be hard for me to do.
I think that's also the thing. Like, a lot of our logos aren't very like cut and dry. Yeah. You know, like they're intricate. Like this Swavey, for example, like that's intricate. Like you can't just. You got to be real particular with how you know, cut that out. Right. But we've been using FME expressions since we started.
Okay, yeah, I know about them.
Yeah, you upload your logo and and we haven't had any problems. I mean, everything's turned out really good. I like them. But it would be nicer to just be able to like, okay, here, hook this up to the machine, you know, print this out, get everything together.
We want to get into stitching. We've done a lot of stitching. We've done a lot of customized jackets. We've done a lot of one-on-ones. We've done so much stuff, even to Letterman jackets. We had a shoe deal we had that didn't go as well as we thought it was going to go. What else leading to my next question is the turnaround rate, because we like with pre-orders, it's like a 2-week period, but like a lot of times we like to get things out with like 2 or 3 days. Yeah. You know, get them out. But like, so this is for instance, we just ordered some trucker hats. And this is what I mean by like bad customer service. And what I don't want to have on the customers that are coming to us is that we order some hats online and they said, we're going to get the mock-up. Mm-hmm. We haven't even got the mock-up yet. We already paid for it, I don't know, about like a week and a half ago. And they said something like it's going to take 17 to 27 days to get some trucker hats. Mm-hmm. And then I turn around and say, well, I don't got that mock-up, and I gotta wait 27 days for something I already paid for. Right. So I don't even know, like, we gonna end up getting the hats. And if they do, I'm gonna give them a very bad review. Right. You know, but like that's...
Who'd you go through?
What are they called?
I have no idea.
They're called Hats something. It's on my Instagram. But they post every single day, but they answer my Instagram. They answer none of my emails.
They be one of them people that like come into your DM first asking you?
No, I just seen them.
You seen them? Okay.
They come to me, I don't answer them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a scam immediately.
Some of them are, but the manufacturer I got, he's a good dude. Yeah. He came through, you know, the DMs.
I've been through a couple, and I just like, So that's my thing. It's like, what is your guys' like turnaround rate for you guys?
So, like I said, I have a manufacturer that's over in Pakistan. And the very first time I used them, I did some tracksuits. That's what these track pants are.
Okay.
And so basically, I asked him for a sample, and I got the samples back, I think, within a week.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then he told me, depending on how big of a bulk order I do, that could range between 2 weeks to a month.
Okay.
So.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking if we're gonna get our hats.
Yeah.
I feel like we'll get them. I mean, worst case scenario, we don't, and then just dispute it.
I mean that's it. Yeah, dispute. That's the thing about.
Yeah.
We do a lot of things like even because so it's only since it's only two of you guys, there's only two of us. So how is it like as far as like running all the social media platforms, running all the emails, you know, do you guys have an ambassador program? How does that kind of work for you?
So no ambassador program yet, but with this relaunch, what I want is to actually have ambassadors. I want to have people that's from the city because we started this in Pittsburgh. So we want to have, you know, some people. We just have, you know, just maybe 2 guys and 2 girls that we just always call when we need to drop a photo shoot or do something like that. As far as like the marketing and things like that, me and her both are on the Instagram, the TikTok. Like I said, we were launching, so we actually been like just real stagnant on it because we're working on getting our samples for our hoodies that we're about to drop. So we're about to create like a bunch of content.
Are you more on TikTok or?
We're about to be way on TikTok.
That's what I've been saying. Like we need to be on.
TikTok is so hard. I feel like it's so like just the algorithm of it. I feel like is a little bit.
I think you just gotta. If you just gotta create content. My thing is that we on so many other social media platforms that I just like. Then I was like, damn, I'm already running one TikTok, now I gotta get another TikTok. So on Instagram, but like the biggest thing is we just had a marketing meeting with a guy here in Pittsburgh, and it's really just the new wave is Reels.
It is.
And you gotta figure out how to create cool content. But the thing is now like, okay, we can do it on our phones, we can do this, but if you really want good content, you need a $3,000 camera.
You gotta invest.
The iPhones is cool, you know, and doing photos stuff like that, but they create the best content, I believe, because I'm making the music and everything else. And I had 2 other cameras, and they're not even good enough. You know, if you want A1 content and you want to get the quality out,
right?
You gotta have like a $2,500 camera.
You do.
Or you gotta pay somebody every time you want to do a shoot, and that's even more.
But you know, and you know, going back to that, instead of, you know, if you're going to pay somebody, you might as well bring them onto the team. So now, instead of dishing you off, you know what I mean, $200 every time for a photo shoot, bro, just become a photographer. You know what I mean?
I've tried to do that multiple times.
Yeah.
You can't find nobody. You gotta find somebody that's going to be consistent, that's going to stay with you. You know, that's actually going to pull up, because we done it when I was on the road with the music or was on the road with the brand. And now that we've been finding it, we got somebody for the photography. You know, I did a lot of photography, but the photography is one part. Is these videos.
Yeah.
You need the videos.
Right.
One is video. You know, you need like 3 videos a week.
Yeah.
For real. And then you need to put the marketing behind it.
Right.
You know, it's extra money. So it's like you can. How I've been looking at things now, it's like you don't need a whole inventory full of shirts and none of that stuff. You need one good shirt.
Yeah.
And then you need a lot of content and a lot of marketing behind it. And you can save so much money. That's what I'm kind of learning now. It's like all this product, and I could have just found one thing and then put it across the world, because there's billions and billions of people in the world.
Yeah.
And the marketing is what's going to get behind it.
It is. And so going back to what you were saying, where you were feeling like TikTok's a little difficult.
Yeah.
So here's a play that you do on TikTok. You go on TikTok and you go to search. And you're going to type in your niche. So like, we're clothing brand owner. So we'll go and we'll type in clothing brand. Then at the top, you're going to click on like the filter. And you're going to click on last 3 months and the most liked video. And then hit OK or reply, whatever it is. And then you're going to see all these videos that got millions and thousands of views. You take that video and you just mimic it, but flip it with your brand. So like if someone say, hey, stop scrolling. Stop paying $8 for this hoodie. Or hoodie don't cost $8. Stop scrolling. You want a really good quality hoodie? wavy, boom, like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And you just change the verbiage a little bit, same type of content, and you just change the verbiage, and now you don't really have to sit here and think about, oh damn, I gotta think about 30 different videos to drop, when you can just go through and see 30 different videos that done already well, and now you gotta just mimic it to be
yours.
We gotta really stray away from, like, it really is. We run like 3 Facebooks and 2 Twitters, 3 Twitters and 3 Instagrams and Linktree and not Linktree but LinkedIn. You know, and running the Snapchats and I'm doing it for personal. I'm like,
it's a lot.
Honestly, we need to just push towards the TikTok because TikTok is took over, and that's the fastest growing app. And Facebook is old. Instagram is turning into Facebook. Twitter is just for your feelings.
Right.
You know?
I mean, and then you just make your TikTok and then just upload that same video on your Facebook, upload that same video on your Instagram.
So how many times you think you need to make new reels a week?
I mean, for real, we should probably be posting like every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, like I said, going back to when we relaunch our brand. Like, so like when we're doing our photo shoot, I'm going to have my photographer and I'm going to have 2 videographers. I'm going to have my photographer doing the shoot. I'm going to have one videographer recording the photographer doing the shoot. And then I'm going to have one person just recording the models. While they're just standing there, she'll probably just be fixing her hair. Because it's stuff like that go viral. You could be like, yo, what you think about this drop? And it could be a pretty girl, handsome guy. And they're just standing there doing absolutely nothing, just fixing her hair, fixing the shoes. And I'm like, damn, that hoodie fire or whatever. And that's engaging the people.
Yeah, it's complete done. Yeah, like some of the stuff, like the swimsuit. We did a swimsuit video that should have did numbers on viral. Mm-hmm. We just lazy on the marketing. You know, we didn't push it the right way. Mm-hmm. And it's like even come like, because I got it's one thing I've written down this year. It's like I want to go viral. Mm-hmm. You know, like I've done some of the craziest music videos, some of the craziest shows. We've done some of the craziest drops. We put it on celebrities. We've even done podcasts with guys like Meryl Hodge and David Corey, some big people. Mm-hmm. You know, and they still didn't do the numbers. And I was like, all right, well, why is it not doing the numbers? It got to be the marketing. You know, like lazy with the marketing. You know, and maybe I need to figure out a better way of content is.
Yeah.
You know, because like the way you're just talking about, like that's another way to put behind it. Put so much money behind all these other things. You need to just dump a couple $100 into the.
Definitely. I think the one thing I learned is that marketing is going to be the way. I think when in the beginning we're so focused on making sure that we have all this inventory, so that way if for whatever reason we blow up, we have the capacity, we have the stuff to drop. But it's like, all right, we're putting all the money in this basket, but we're not even focusing on what the real basket is. The real basket is people getting to know our brand and what we stand for. Then they're going to come to the site and grab stuff. So we're all doing this stuff backwards. And this is for all clothing brand. We all do it.
Yeah.
A lot of we'll spend the money on this, and then we'll forget to drop $100 on Facebook ads or drop something here on these TikTok ads and things like that. And now we're sitting on inventory.
When we first started in 2020, when we first got our inventory and stuff. When we eventually did our taxes that following year for 2020, we realized that sitting on inventory hurts you. Kills us. And our goal, we still have a whole month to get, a month to get it done, is just to make sure all of what's behind us is gone.
Right.
Because we even after that event, we did have people that place orders with us. We didn't have their sizes, so we just placed an order. It comes within a couple days. We make it, ship it out. You'll get it in a couple days. We tell people it's like a 2-week turnaround time. Mm-hmm. But that was one of the biggest things, is making sure our inventory isn't stupid high, because it just sits there and just losing money at that point.
Yeah, when we first started, we had damn near every color you could think about. We had the black and white shirt, the white and black shirt. We had the black and yellow shirt, the black and green shirt, the black and blue shirt, the black and yellow shirt. And like I told you, we had this logo and the circle logo. So let's just go with blue. So we had 2 shirts, black and white, white and blue with the square logo. Then we had the white and blue, black and blue with the circle logo. So that's 4 shirts for one color. We had 12 colors, so now we're sitting on 70 different colorways. Then the different sizes, and we're extra small all the way up to 2X, and we were getting 3 to 4 to 5 in each size. So we was sitting on big shirts. So now,
I just thought about it as well. I'm saying is that if people that are watching, you gotta take your time. But like whether it's content or whether it's your shirts or whether it's your hoodies or whatever you're doing, because people will notice that. You know, when you're not taking your time with stuff. And I've even seen myself where I'll rush something or I won't even do it 100%. And I'm just like, I'm like, okay. But once that gets delivered, how they gonna feel?
Right.
How are they gonna come back?
Right.
And are they gonna come back? And that's like my biggest thing. Is like I want reoccurring customers that always consistently. That's why I was talking. I was like, okay, we used to do the bags. Why did we stop doing it? Because we got lazy. And then I see you was doing the bags. I was like, then I opened. I was like, it feels way better when you open it up in the bag. You know, from just taking it right out the package and it's already open.
Yeah, you wanna make that personal feel with your customer. So like when we relaunch, so like we're gonna do either those type of bags I had, or we're gonna do custom frosted bags with our logo on it. So when the customer take it out, when they open it, the first thing they see is our logo on the frosted bag, or you're gonna see the logo on your hoodie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so. I've seen bags like that too. I think it was last year I had like some saved and put to the side like to do for us, but we just never got around. It's hard when it's just two people and you have your own individual lives and, you know, work and whatever the case is, and you just have other stuff that you're doing. Like for him, like it's his music, and then it's Swavey, and then the other stuff that he gets into, and then like it's hard to juggle when it's just two people and you only have, you know, a certain amount of time and, you know, resources and things like that. It is a little bit challenging. What is your goal? Like, let's say like 4 or 5 years from now, like where would you like to see your brand? But where do you want to go as far as like the business is concerned?
So we want to be, you know, obviously a multi-million-dollar company. So next year, my personal goal is 150,000. So my goal is to, at the end of next year, to quit my job. I'm making around like 55 at my job now, so I want the brand to be able to pay me close to my salary, so I can leave after 23 and just focus all 2024 just on the brand and work full time. You know what I mean? But the end goal, and I can't speak for my fiance, but my end goal is to build an estate. So when I was younger, I've always wanted to open up a rec center for kids where they can just have a safe place to go, play basketball, play football, just be somewhere safe for people that care, run different after school programs, teach kids about business credit, teach them about credit in general, how to open up a bank account, things that they don't teach you in school that you should know. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So I want to buy a big piece of acres of land and have 3 buildings. I want to have one building in the middle that's directly for the warehouse for the brand. Then I want to have an event space, and then I want to have the rec center.
That's nice.
That's my NLBR goal. Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of that stuff, I think we talked about this when we were talking to the twins. My degree is in business management and his is in marketing. I didn't learn like how to do your taxes and, you know, business credit, and they didn't teach me that stuff. But I felt like that would have been so much more valuable than half the stuff I learned at school. Because 2020 really opened up the spectrum for entrepreneurs. It really like, okay, you can't go to work, well, now what the hell are you gonna do? Now you gotta figure it out. And, you know, even though we started Swavey before 2020 hit, it technically started in September of 19. It wasn't until April of 20 where like things kind of took off. Okay. So, you know, for us, it was like, okay, now like I never looked at myself as an entrepreneur before Swavey. And then 2020 hit, it was like, okay, now I have to work from home permanently with my job. But that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Work till I'm 60 and then, you know, have 15, 20 years to, you know, enjoy the rest of my life and, you know, retired life and stuff. So I like that. I really like the, like what you want to teach within that, because I feel like that's very important life skills just to know, even if you don't want to own your own business. I mean, it could be for any business though. Whether you're a clothing brand owner or a designer or an artist or a painter.
They don't teach you nothing about credit in school.
Teach you nothing. You would think that's like.
They don't teach you nothing.
Yeah, I mean.
I just remember all of my classes from home period all the way up didn't have nothing to do with what I was supposed to be. And what is gym? I guess it's for exercise. But like,
Yeah.
But like, they ain't really teaching me nothing in the gym, though.
I mean, let's be real. Like,
high school is like your basics,
right?
You know, like proper grammar and math and like stuff that you technically really don't need to know, especially
science
with how
and
technology.
chemistry.
Yeah.
Well, you do need to learn some of this stuff. I'm not gonna say all of this. Go.
Well, yeah,
but
like,
listen, the stuff we
need
needed
to
when we
know,
got out.
like, okay, algebra, yeah. Trig, yeah. But do you really need to know physics?
Right.
Physics too.
Teach me how to cook in school.
Geometry.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. So like, there's certain things there's certain things that I want to, teach the kids that they didn't learn. Like science is cool. You didn't grow up to want to be a scientist. I didn't want to grow up being a scientist or a chemist. Those are things that should be electives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
that, like,
business, finance, like just finance, like take business out. Finances needs to be a necessity in school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like regardless, kids should know. Like by when you turn 18, like you should already be like working on your credit. Your parents should have probably put you on their credit as an authorized user, help building your credit. And these are things that I didn't learn until I'm 25 and I'm 29 now.
Literally.
So like these are things I didn't even know about.
I didn't know anything until I got older.
Yeah.
Once soon as I got out of school and I started moving around, I was like, okay, well, elementary up to middle school up to high school was just a job. It's just a 9 to 3 o'clock when I got out. And as soon as I got out, I realized I was just jumping from job to job to job. I realized that I was already set up for this.
Right.
And this is what it taught me.
But that's also why, like, I've had this conversation before, and I mean, I don't have any kids, so it doesn't apply, but because of what they teach in the school systems, depending on what state you're in or whatever the case is, it's basically all the same. But why I've even thought about homeschooling whenever that time comes, because at least then I have control of what my kid is learning, and especially with like the business aspect of it, like I want to create generational wealth.
Absolutely.
I want to be able to provide for my future kids the way that my dad and mom were able to do for my brother and I.
Right.
But I also want to, when I'm not here, leave something for them, and then they can continue to build and build and build for their kids and their kids' kids. And, we want the same thing for Swavey. We want Swavey to be Nike.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I love Nike. Nike's the only sports brand that I wear.
We're not even going to talk about Nike because Nike don't want to check after this. They're
not
promoting us.
No, but that's my goal. Like, I want Swavey to be to that type of caliber.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never thought before 2020 that like entrepreneurship was like, where I could be headed and what the direction I could go in. And then that happened. It's like, okay, there's so many different things that you can do.
Right.
That you can just support yourself and, find your passion. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like some people find their passion, when they're in their 40s or 50s, when they're, they're not doing their job anymore. You know what I mean? And, Swavey is just, it's so much more than just a clothing brand, just accepting so many different people from all walks of life. And, we just try to promote that with, same way you do with the positive affirmations and things like that. Just being able to,
That's how we got into the podcast. That kind of just wasn't even something we even thought about. It just kind of like happened.
Yeah.
And I kind of get upset sometimes with myself because we was already talking about it a year prior and we didn't even do it. And then we was like, oh, we need this and we need that and we need this.
You want to just be perfect at the beginning. I
was like, no.
Yeah, and we were focusing on like getting the merchandise correct and making sure we have like the material of clothing is nice and people want to wear it, and our logos and getting stickers and business cards. Like we were just so focused on everything else, but like
we learned so much. We learned
learned
so much just from chopping it up with people.
Yeah, I mean, this is episode 28, and it's this past September was a year that we've had it.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we've met a lot of people, but we still like we're just once we can like get to where everything is like maybe like a year or two from now, where things will be like so much better. We'll have smoother. We'll have more people consistently. Like we still have other aspects of our lives. If that was the case, we'd have everybody one. We have someone in here once a week.
Sunday, that does
Anti.
No, she's next month. No, she's this month. In the 17th or 18th. But the girl, they were doing the vitamins and
the vitamin, the guy.
Yeah, they were doing the vitamins. They had all the energy drinks and stuff like that. Just with exactly what they do is that a lot of people aren't educated on that.
Right.
And there's a lot of things I just want to take from that. So I set up a podcast with them on Sunday because these are things that we are consistently learning, learning from each other, and building off each other and putting our businesses out there. But also the audience is kind of coming in that don't know anything about this type of stuff. Right.
And I like that, the vendor event that the twins had, I just felt like it was so nice just meeting all different people from Pittsburgh, the one lady with her purses and clothing, and then the painter, she was painting, and then, the vitamin and health people, and like just the other clothing brand owners and stuff. Like, it was just such a nice event to be able to, meet different people and just like bounce ideas back and forth. But then for us to, okay, now we have, future podcast episodes that we can,
And I never even go to those events to try to I never go into like, all right, well, we need to sell out merch. I really go into it I'm just trying to meet as many people as I can meet. Right. And network and chop it up and see. Like, even today we walked into a place, what was the place called? Psycho Bunny? Yeah, Psycho Bunny. It just came in the mall. And I just went in there and chopped it up with the guys and the girls that was in there. And I was just kind of touching the product. And I was like, okay, because I just like inspiration and being inspired. Right. And being motivated and seeing how everybody else is kind of like holding their business down and just learning from that, because I try not to miss any opportunity. Right. Not going there I need to sell out everything. It's cool we sell some things, it's cool we sell out, but it's better if we get the sauce, and we learn something from being at these events,
Yeah. I mean, we did decent with.
Well, we talked to everybody.
Yeah.
I've got no pride.
Well, yeah.
I talked to every single person there for at least a good 20 minutes.
And that's what he's good at. Like, I'm not personable, but like it takes a little bit for that to come out and everything. But he can go up to anybody and just talk, which works. Me too.
You never know if so many. I've been in rooms like we went to OBO Studios and there was a huge event, and I realized how many pictures, how many people I talked to. But I remember when I left there, if I would have sat to myself instead of my circle, I would have never got to know not one person in here and linked up with these guys and networked, and because they came up to me. Yeah. Because some people just not gonna go chop it up, or they have their, not I don't want to say their pride or they're proud, but sometimes they're just to themselves and they don't know how to approach people. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like an introvert, but I just force myself to jump out of there because I know where I want to go, and I know what people teach me when I talk to them for it's like when I say this, it's like when I'm antisocial, I'm selectively social. Mm-hmm. I know who I want to talk to because energy can be reciprocated, and you can really teach me something in 3 minutes that I didn't even know. Right. It's like what Nipsey Hussle said about stealing information. Just chopping it up, you don't even know. I'm just taking it. Oh, word, that's how I can move. It's like now I know what not to do and what I can do to get to where I gotta get to. Mm-hmm. But if not, you're gonna be on the back burner or some things. Yeah. So I just been learning I try to put her on there all the time. I know you're not the person, and it's not to say it's not authentic. I know you're not the person that want to talk to everybody, and put yourself out there. But sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there, able to get hurt, or or get backstabbed, or go through those things, because that's a part of life.
Yeah, and it's crazy that. It's almost weird that, when you go through the bad things, those are what make you stronger versus just getting it right or always just going down the right path the first time. Because I feel like when you go down the path, the right path, always, you're not going to become a stronger person or know how to deal with the backlash or the backstabbing that comes along the way because you never adapt to it because you never had it before. You know what I mean? So just like with us clothing brand owners, when you're in the beginning and you're dealing with, trying to get your hats, you know what I mean? And if you don't get your hats, now we can't rock them. We got to go this different direction, and we have to approach it differently. So so now, that's what we did. We dealt with the manufacturer trying to get some hoodies, and they made them terrible. I asked for a 2X, and it came back as a medium. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bro, you messed up. I sent you the US size chart. I sent you the dimensions and everything, and you didn't make it right. So I'm gonna need you to reimburse me for that. He's like, you can pay again for a new sample. You know what I mean? Me and him was going back and forth for 2 weeks. I'm like, why am I going to keep going back and forth with this guy when we're getting nowhere? So I'm going to just go ahead and go this way.
And sometimes you got to treat that cause now you don't got no business. Now it's like. You
tried, just wasn't.
Yeah, that's what you try to be perfect with. Not perfect, but that's why I try to handle business as best as I can. Mm-hmm. And even a negative situation, because I had a friend call me today, he's like, he's going to do this and do this. And I'm like, well, you know what? I get negative a lot. like or like if I'm trying to get somewhere and there's nothing but traffic and I'm just running late and I'm just snapping out, but I'll be realizing that I ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
So I just stay positive, and most of the times I get to those places and it still turns out cool.
Right.
Even this event, the last event, she's like, yeah, what were you saying about us being late?
Because he told us, like, you can come set up at 12. And because he didn't get back into town till 10 o'clock, I had already got everything ready that we needed to the night before. Because I was here that night.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting around just trying so hard to be patient. Because, like, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
I was ready at 12 o'clock.
Right.
We didn't get there until damn near, like,
But we got
1:25.
Perfect.
It worked out.
She was rushing.
Like,
I was like, you know what? Like, we can't change that we're late. It was like, so we might as well just but like, honestly, we got there and everybody was just finishing setting up. I was like, we was perfect timing. And the twins were setting up drinks. Nobody was just coming in. I was like,
I like being punctual.
I understand, because that's how it was too. Like, I wanted to be there at 12 as well, but I'm like, my setup only takes me but.
Oh yeah, it'll take like 30 minutes if anything.
So it's like we didn't set up and we just been sitting there anyway. You know what I mean? So, but now I get it because we're like that too.
Yeah, I just like for things that are important. Like a first impression is everything. But that's just me, how I am personally. Like, if I have somewhere to be, I like to be punctual. I don't like to be late.
Right.
He gets there when he gets there.
Oh, when I get there, but I usually
he tries to be on time.
I always get there, and no matter how. And if I don't get there on time, it's because like schedule is just like all over the place. Not because I meant to do it. People know me for like, all right, if G say he pulling up, he gonna pull up.
Right.
And if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it. Because we talk all the time, like I like people to know me as that person that's gonna be there. And sometimes I will show up late. Yeah. Jeezz might be late, but he's got a reason.
He gonna be there though.
He got a good reason.
Right, exactly. So what last bit of advice or information or just words of encouragement that you have for anybody else that's looking to start a brand, branch out into entrepreneurship and, take on that path?
Just go for it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I said, me owning a clothing brand, would have never thought I would own a clothing brand in a million years.
Same.
My passion was basketball. Like, that was my dream. I wanted to
LeBron or Jordan?
LeBron.
Jordan, what that
smart man. Smart man.
Come on, man. We might need a part 2 now. Just talking about that. We might need a part 2 just talking about that.
Side note.
She got the LeBron James cereal in it.
Yeah, I'll show you that off camera. Side note, he's not into sports like I am.
But I was a baller though.
No one said you couldn't ball, but like I grew up like my dad went to Division 2, my brother went Division 1. Like it was just basketball from the moment. Like, so we watched LeBron since he came to Cleveland. Our first game I ever went to, he played the Sixers in Cleveland.
Nice.
And I've been a LeBron fan ever since. I have several jerseys.
Kobe's my guy. Rest in peace, but that's my favorite player of all time.
Kobe.
LeBron's the greatest to ever do it, though.
Jordan is the best that ever did it.
We could drop a part 2 if we need to.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I need someone to come on here that we can just talk about sports.
Talk about LeBron James.
All right, cool. Episode whatever. I'm back. We're gonna talk about
part 2.
28 part 2.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah, when Thursday night football. I don't care who's playing, but I like football, so I'll watch it. Exactly. Yeah. He's not. Only if we go tailgate.
If the money is on the line, I'll watch it.
Got you.
Right, the fine. You know what I mean? But no.
I just I used to, cause I played basketball, I played football, I went to 2 chips, I just now there's some money on the line, or we getting it, cool.
Right.
We in the front, I can't even go to the game. I could probably go to the game, the Lakers game in the front or something like that. That's cool. But
I went to the Lakers game in a suite, and even though I didn't like how far away I was, it was amazing. Yeah. It was It was his first year in LA. I had the best time. Bought myself now I have to get.
Was it in LA?
Yes. And that was my first time in LA. It was so nice. But now I have to get a different jersey because he's not.
He's 6 now.
Yeah, and he's not 23 anymore. Right. So now I have to. But I could sit and watch basketball. He can't.
I'm not even big on I went to a Chris Brown show. I ain't watched nothing. I love Chris Brown. That's my dog. I went to plenty of features with Breezy. But I just couldn't watch because I'm an artist and all I could think about was like, give me the mic. You know, let me be on stage. But I didn't pay attention to nothing he did. You know, but like, it's not that I love basketball and football. You know, I
but
just
not
rather
enough
be
to like
playing.
sit and watch it.
You know, what am I be watching? I'm trying to get some money. I'm trying to get this bag. Like
he's more of the guy. If someone came to him and said, "Let's shoot for the buck. Let's shoot." He pulled it out. He about the hoop.
Yeah, just play for the bread.
We were at the gym in Robinson a couple weeks ago, and you know, I'm working out and everything, and he went right up the stairs just to play basketball. And then I eventually, you know, went in there, and then we just played knockout.
I like balling.
Yeah.
It's just like, I be thinking, I'm like, all right, 2-3 hours this game. How much money can I be making?
Right.
You can bet on the games and make money.
I get stuck watching movies is what I get stuck on.
Yeah.
I like movies, so like,
yeah.
You know?
That's all good.
If Michael Jordan was balling, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
You know, but like now you can't do nothing without getting a fine.
Literally.
I swear, in all sports.
Right.
I like people getting beat up though. Like I watch the hell out of
So you love hockey and boxing, huh?
Yeah, like
UFC and all that.
if they fighting, I'm watching it. You know, like that's what I. You know my favorite part of the game is in football and basketball is when they get in a fight.
Basketball, it's rare.
Like the Pistons
Football.
when they got
Right.
right.
Yeah, Pistons. Yeah, that was Pistons
Did you
and
watch
Pacers.
that thing on Netflix about it?
Yeah.
I watched that too. It was interesting.
It was
just
awesome.
a different perspective of
Right.
it, which I liked it.
Right. And to know that, like, you know, when Ron Artest laid down, he was calm and at peace. He was like, all right, it's over, it's
Someone
done.
threw that
And then
drink
someone threw
and
that beer, and it just
done.
and his rage came right back. Like, nah,
Yeah.
that's
But
crazy.
that was a whole different style of basketball.
Back then it was crazy.
Now you gotta think like, it's worth
You
$20,000.
can't do right the fines and
$20,000
stuff.
right now.
You can't do
Right.
half the stuff you did back then. Even with football now, you can't do half the stuff you
Right.
did then that you can't do now.
See, I like
You
when
just
people get
can't
hit.
do.
Oh, like if it's football, I want to see you get hit. You can't see that no more. Like that's why I don't be watching because the stuff that I used to like seeing. You know, it just.
You're just a typical boy.
I like it, you know.
Ain't nothing wrong.
I want to see
with
somebody
that, man.
laid out. Like,
No, I don't like all the violent stuff. I just want to watch a good game. Watch LeBron be LeBron.
That's it.
like I like the animal
hey.
shit. I like when like tigers is getting ate up.
Oh
And
my
like,
god.
you know, like I like gruesome stuff.
It's crazy because LeBron's not even my favorite. Kevin Durant's my favorite, but
Oh my
I have to.
gosh.
But I am not that fan that because I'm a fan of somebody, I just automatically call them the best.
Right.
I understand
listen,
and I
hear you.
realize
Curry the
that
best.
it's LeBron.
Steph Curry the best shooter ever lived.
He is, but can no one dominate the
Ray
game
Allen's
like
But if
LeBron?
Steph Curry and LeBron was in the game, and Steph Curry had the ball first.
There ain't no better shooter than Steph Curry.
If Steph Curry and LeBron was in the game, 1-on-1,
LeBron.
and Steph Curry had the ball first,
He better not miss.
not missing.
He can't miss though, because if he misses,
It's
that's
over.
it.
It's a wrap. If he missed
It's
one
it.
shot, it's over. LeBron
LeBron
single to the
got
hub.
6 inches on him. LeBron,
It's
and,
a wrap.
and at least double his weight.
It's over.
LeBron's 6'8", what,
250.
Yeah,
Strong.
you ain't.
I don't think Steph Curry would miss.
I mean, if he doesn't,
Yeah,
then
if he doesn't miss, then we're
Then
good.
yeah,
And
But-
their threes is up.
yeah, but if he
Was
misses,
LeBron going to go dunk it every time?
Absolutely, just like Steph was shooting every time.
right?
Yeah.
Or pull up,
He
wonderful
got
jump
to
shot.
You got to play. You got to play to your strength.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You got to play to your strength.
See, I just never liked Kevin Durant. I just.
I'm not here for the Kevin Durant slander now.
Listen,
I'm not here for the slander now.
I just all the crap that LeBron got for his move to Miami,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Kevin Durant did the same thing, going to Golden.
But they did do KD a lot worse than they did LeBron.
What?
A part 2 has to happen now because we need to talk
You
about
think they
that.
did KD
Absolutely,
worse?
absolutely. He went to a team that was 73-9 and just lost in the championship when
To
LeBron.
that team.
Right, but LeBron went to the Heat, who were I think at that
They
time
weren't a good team. They
were the 5th or 6th seed, and I don't think they won 40 games that year.
No, they didn't.
Right, so it's definitely a little different. I wouldn't have gave LeBron I wouldn't have gave LeBron that criticism. I actually didn't give him the criticism. I'm glad he went down there.
The only thing people criticized him for was the way he did it so publicly, like the decision being televised.
LeBron was the best player in the league.
that was getting money.
What they think he was going to do?
Yeah, he was getting money, and that was what, the Boys and Girls Club or something.
Yeah,
he was trying to get
donated.
money.
He donated that. So
yeah. Oh, I was so happy when they beat Golden State. Oh my gosh, I remember like it was yesterday, just watching those games. And my brother and I are both like crazy LeBron fans, and we would, when he first won his first chip, and then I'll stop talking about basketball. I was so like, I remember screaming, watching the game with my brother downstairs at our parents' house. My mom coming down, like asking us if he won. And we're jumping up and down, like we're hyped, we're excited that he won. Because who'd he beat? OKC. That's when he won his first one.
She beat my man.
OKC.
More Kevin Durant slander.
Listen, we beat OKC for him to get his first chip. Oh my goodness, I was so happy. But when he beat Golden State,
that was
Kevin Durant.
That was the greatest achievement.
Coming back from
I don't think anyone ever has a greater achievement.
Deficit.
Like Bill Russell got the 13 chips, Jordan 6-0, Kobe's 5-2, Shaq's the greatest dominant player of all time, but
Kareem being the highest point,
which LeBron's going to break. Steph Curry's the greatest shooter of all time.
Yep.
He came back from a 3-1 deficit.
And
snapped in every game. 41 and 41 back to back.
Him and Kyrie snapped. Oh, I need to watch those highlights so I can relive that moment. Oh, such a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to podcasting and Swavey. I got really excited. So lost my train of thought. You were saying your last advice.
Oh yeah, so like I said, just go and if there's something that you're on the fence about doing, whether it's starting a clothing brand, jumping into real estate, whatever the case may be, just go for it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you never know where it's going to take you, who you're going to meet, what doors are going to open up for you just by starting. You don't have to be, a 6-figure person to jump through a 6-figure door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been through those doors already, even though I'm not at that level yet. But I have those connections, those people that can help me get to that level.
It's not who you know, not what you know.
Sometimes it's also about what you know, but sometimes it definitely is more about who you know.
Those doors help.
Right,
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man. If you guys got something that you want to do, just go for it and just
try to jump in.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. Like RJ mentioned earlier, we have these Swavey hats that we're waiting for. Hopefully
they come.
Yeah, hopefully they come, and we won't have to postpone those, but those will hopefully be here before Christmas, and we'd love to drop them before Christmas. Our I'm Not Antisocial, I'm Selectively Social hoodies and hats are still available online, as well as our dual.
And get them before I move on to the next thing. The next thing is
as our dual logo beanie is also available online. Black Friday was super good for us. We can't be thankful enough for all of you guys who support us, whether it's watching our YouTube channel, sharing it, liking it, following us on our social media platforms, and sharing Swavey on your story to your friends and family, and of course, just buying Swavey and supporting us. So we're super grateful for that. So thank you. We have another podcast coming on Sunday. Then we have another one, I think, a week and a half after that.
We'll drop all his handles and everything like that.
Yeah, we'll drop everything here at the end of the video. We thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 28. Maybe episode 28 part 2, depending if we want to go and talk about the sports route. But to wrap it up, my name is Marlena.
Rob Jeezz.
And this
Before we wrap it up, I want to give y'all both y'all flyers real quick.
I appreciate it.
Because,
thank you so much.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to give y'all flyers for starting y'all brand, starting the podcast, inviting me on. It's been an honor, and I appreciate you both.
We're so happy to have you.
How long you had your brand for?
2020.
So
I started in November.
I started all in the same range.
I started in November of 2020.
And he's mentioned this before. Like, we'd like to maybe next year or the year after come back and interview.
Maybe like every year.
I'll be back.
We want to interview the same people and like see where's your progress at. What new things are happening.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the event. So I already told him I'm down.
So I want to see everybody and after the years follow up. In 5 years. Like now we did everybody every single year, and then
now where they
just love to see
where are they now?
Boom, right. All right, damn, now shit is booming. Now remember we all started at the bottom.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. Episode 28 wrapping up, and you guys have a great day.
Hope you guys.